Welcome to another edition of Bowie TV's Youth, Community, and Lifestyle. During this hour, we're bringing you highlights from some of our shows focused on youth, community, and lifestyle. Please be sure to give us a follow on all of our social platforms. First on How to Steam Your Dreams, dive into the invigorating episode 3 of the 2025 DMV Capital Region Championship. Next on Minority Women in Sports, check out the recap of the Leadership Skills session in collaboration with Monumental Sports and Entertainment's District of Play Girls Who Lead program. On the Spotlight DMV, Cyndi Narcisso sits down to discuss the upcoming Wineries Without Walls event, highlighting local Maryland businesses. And on Yellow Couch Stories, entrepreneur London Ward chats about all things business ownership and empowerment. Thank you for tuning into this week's programming of Bowie TV's Youth, Community, and Lifestyle.
You coach them through it.
So can you tell me how you coached them through it? Like, what was your method?
Oh, so I just figured that for the power to go through, everything would have to be connected. Mm-hmm. So what they had wrong was it wasn't in a straight line to bridge over the power. Mm-hmm. So they had it connecting over instead of going through.
So, Jay, we just saw a really cool version of cooperation and a teamwork that's been fostered at Ocean Bowl games. When's the last time that you cooperated with someone? Jay, I don't think you helped Beyonce co-write Cowboy Carter. I also don't think that you helped Steph Curry work on his three. No matter where Jay goes, he brings happiness and joy. All right, we are in the art cam because you can't spell STEAM without A, and you can't have STEAM without art. So I'm here with Jay, and we are in the art cam where the students are learning how to make a video game character in 15 minutes. So whether hey, I'm not the best artist, I barely got to see an art class, but it doesn't matter here. These kids are letting their creativity flow and creating some really cool characters. And Jay, didn't you create some of the characters in Ocean Bowl using it? So last time we met, we were doing art, and we're still doing art, but it seems like we're it's on a bigger scale this time.
Yeah, this time around we did a little more team-based, so we split out a lot of the individual tasks since this is kind of the finals. So every team member is doing a little bit different role, but they're all working together towards creating a video game character. And the idea is that they have no control over what comes before. So every student is sort of doing their own piece of it, and they all have to kind of build and work together to create something. And so one student isn't going to have any control over the tiles that are placed, or one student's not going to have any control over what tiles are even selected, and then the other students aren't really going to have any control over what's drawn. But they all kind of have to work together towards a common idea or a common solution.
If you could tell me your name and then tell me what you drew.
My name is Azaria, and I just drew kind of like a snake with red and yellow stripes going side to side, and a black line going all through the middle.
Okay, that looks really cool. And what's your name?
My name is Lucas, and I was title placer.
Okay.
When I was putting the tiles, and then they traced it. He traced it, and then when he thought of something to make a shape.
Awesome.
My name is Yoel, and I picked out the pieces and drew the outline.
Okay. And are you happy with what y'all came up with?
Yes.
Does it have a name?
Snake?
Simple simplicity works. Sneaky the snake. Okay. Does Sneaky have any special powers?
We're working on that part.
He
Okay.
has a chameleon part, like chameleon kind of power or whatever.
So camouflage. Okay. All right. You heard it here first. Sneaky the Snake making a debut at Ocean Bowl Games 2025. And stay tuned for more fanciful artwork. Thanks, Jay.
So, I'm Gabby, and so this is like our underwater cyclops thingamabob that we made. So, she has like mascara on and like eyeshadow. And a lot of ear piercings and gills, and she has like these huge heels on and like a little crop top. But she's like a diva underwater. We didn't really know what else to do because our tiles were a bunch of like hexagons and stuff. Yeah. So like, yeah, this is like the only thing we could make.
So y'all made a yesified Cyclops. Yes. Like she's fabulous.
And then she has a little tiara.
Another beautiful piece of artwork.
Another blue. Are we out of blues yet? Roll again, roll again. Roll again. Oh, purple. Purple. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, all right, next, who's got the die?
Another one.
Let's see, another purple, back-to-back purples. Ooh. That's all I can say. Not a work. Wait, I mean, what if you wasted the long way? Like this. Ooh. All right. Wait. What do we got? Another purple.
How about you both go against each other? No one goes against each other.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Can I go against one?
Do me a favor. I want to introduce a good friend of mine first. I wanted to tell y'all who she is, but I would. But I think it's better coming from her because she's making a special guest appearance for me, for y'all. Come on up. Come on up, Coach Jenny. Thank you.
Right? I'm Jenny Jansen. I'm actually one of the assistant curators up at the National Aquarium. And I co-founded a nonprofit organization called Minorities in Aquarium and Zoo Science because aquariums and zoos are awesome.
What is your hobby? You got that, what's that thing around your neck?
Oh, I love sharks.
Who likes sharks?
Oh, it's like super sharky this week.
We are, any Shark Week this week? Anybody got a question about a shark? I got, wait a minute. I'm gonna try to do every row real quick. Hold on, Cindy.
My question about a shark is, do sharks normally bite humans just to be?
Hey, I'm gonna reframe it. Yeah, he said, I'm gonna repeat what he said. He said, do sharks normally bite humans for fun?
Yeah, usually not. Usually when they see us in the water, they're like, who is that? And they'll usually turn and take off. But every once in a while, they'll see us and they're like, what is that? And because they don't have hands, they'll be like, their teeth.
Feed him to the shark.
Can sharks smell the blood from like an animal from miles away?
Yeah, they can smell it from a long ways away, but there's also, when you think about all the water out there.
I got a big kid question.
Yes.
Big kid question.
Yeah, I do love sharks. So as the expert, do you think megalodons still exist today?
I do not. You are very welcome. Thank you for asking that question.
I'm coming over this side. Hold on.
The next one is bogus.
What's the most powerful type of shark?
Most powerful type of shark.
Ooh, that is a very good question. And because I'm a STEM kind of person, it makes me think, is it strength in how fast they swim or strength in how hard they might bite? I would say for living sharks, the mako might be one of the fastest sharks.
The mako.
The great white as far as the bite strength, but sometimes they just like the long hair.
That was so cool. Y'all give it up for Coach Cyndi. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you for coming. That's what we do here at Ocean Bowl Games. We try to bring exposure to you. We try to bring as many STEM experts to you all so you can get to know something that you might steam of dreaming to be. Notice I said steam of dreaming to be. See it? All right. My friend and I, Coach Justin, Akabal League, we would love for you to see that tomorrow. Hopefully you get a chance to come back because we as game developers, we got to do research. All the special moves that the dolphin makes and the shark makes in the game, you know, it is based upon research. So we rely on calling Dr. Jenny. I know I call you Doc. And we do that to design and build our games. We just don't make it up, all of it. It's fun to make up good power-ups in arcades and stuff.
I don't know about you. Math wasn't my best subject in school. I mean, it's the reason. It's the difference between me being the technology journalist that I am now and the doctor that I wanted to be. But that's neither here nor there. We're not talking about me. We are talking about the future. We are talking about math hoops. We are talking about Ocean Bowl Games 2025, sponsored by AstraZeneca. So right now in the math room, our mathletes, because they are mathletes, are taking part in a grueling game of math hoops, a game of dice, spinners, and math. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Markers down, hands up. Markers down, hands up, hands up. Here at Ocean Bowl Games, we are about the gaming, but like it's a different type of gaming. In the mathematics room, it's all about the mathletes. So I am here with Coach Angie, who is facilitating math hoops, like a game that is simple to play but hard to master. So I like Coach Angie, please walk me through these rules because I feel like I got it, but I don't got it.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. So we go over the sportsmanship contract. That's really, really important to us that they show good competition. Good competition is healthy. So initially, they take a dice, 2 teams, they roll it, and they see who has the highest number. Of course, the highest number goes first and wins the jump ball. And then they switch the board to see if they're odd or even. All right, if I'm on the even side and I want jump ball, I get those 2 dice, roll it, get 2 numbers, I add those 2 numbers, subtract, multiply, and divide. And based on my answers, I see what's the better shot. All right, so I get into my player cards, who has a better 3-point percentage or 2-point percentage, flick that, get the spinner, flick it, and see if I make those 3 points or those 2 points. So it gets a little bit harder when we add those, shot clock and fouls and steals, but it's really, really fun.
I mean, it looks really fun. Because I want to kind of jump in, I could do this. I could do the math, and then you've got really good players. You've got LeBron James. You got
Wilson, Caitlin Clark. Come on, WNBA players. They kind of have better stats than the NBA players, but
because they put the fun in fundamental.
That part.
But thank you, Coach Angie, for taking the time out. Thank you for facilitating this. The kids look like they're having a blast. And this is just one segment of Ocean Bowl 2025. Stay tuned to see all of our STEAM-based games. But seriously, if you're a mathematician, math hoops is the way to go.
Yes. 2 and 1, go. All right, remember you're going to do the jump ball. Each team gets a dice, roll it. If you odd and even, make sure you turn your board game. Make sure you turn your board game. Who got 8? All right. Now we're
on time zone. 9 divided by 1.
You got 5 minutes and 40 seconds.
Okay, so now since you're even number, you're 5-3. 5 plus 3.
5-3, you can help your team out as well, okay? So 5 plus 3.
Turn the scoreboard around so I can.
Multiply, and if you don't know division, just put the X, okay? If it's a decimal, just put an X.
Alright, so now you're odd. So you can only go
15. 3 or 15. Who you going with? You got 15 is number in blue.
Yeah, 15 because they're right next to each other.
Right next to each other. So they're both 2-pointer shots. So who has a better percentage? Who has a better percentage?
What, 14 points? Yeah. We're in 2 points.
So who's Clark? Okay.
And 5. I know how to do that. 25. I know how to do that. 25.
Way to help each other out. Yes, please. Your teammates.
So the 4 prompts we have are, I feel most confident when. Something I'm really good at is leadership looks like, and then a woman who inspires me is, okay? I have a lot of Sharpies over here. Portia will kind of pass them out, and then we can walk around. I would love for everyone to be able to get to every prompt, but if we don't, at least we'll come back to a group and discuss in a few seconds. So everybody can grab a Sharpie from Portia there. You excel, right? And what else? You're in a better mood, right? Because you are what? Prepared. Okay? So when we talk about confident, and I love to hear from my team on this too, but I feel most confident when. And when I was creating that prompt, one of the things that came to me was, I feel most confident when I am prepared and I have put in the work. Right? So getting up in front of a group of people, let's say I just came up with this yesterday. Do you think I'd be confident in what we're talking about? Right? So I feel most confident when I am prepared and I have put in the work. Our cohort members? Yes. Yeah, so everybody's ideas was visible in the representation that we made, kind of? Okay. All right, do we feel comfortable like speaking up, sharing our ideas? Okay, yeah, I heard that. Like all of you guys are really good with that. Like I heard a lot of people sharing their ideas, saying, oh, let's try this, let's try that. But typically how this works is that you would do it again. We're not gonna do it again today because we're moving on to another activity, but typically you learn from this, record like what you did wrong, what you like, that you would do it again, and then you have the opportunity to do it again. Raise your hand, like if you could do it again, you feel like you would be better? Yes. Yeah, and actually be able to make one, yeah. fully engaged and present in any activity, it makes it so much easier. Okay, so thank you for that. I'm sure that our team will say thank you as well. We appreciated the opportunity to be here today. Thank you, Patrice. We appreciate you. Lastly, okay, before we wrap, I kind of told this group down here a little bit, but I want to know, we're going to do one word takeaways. Like, what would describe our session for today? One word. Okay, what you got? Fun, I love it. Communication. Communication, I love it. Teamwork, I love it. What we got? Informational.
I just lost my word.
We'll come back to you. Engaging, I love that word. Togetherness. Active, okay. Stay good. Come on. What you got? Eye-opening, I love it. Bonding, I love that. What we got? Bro, this table. Empowering. Okay, that is the perfect way to end. We got empowering. Thank y'all so much.
Hey, Bowie television watchers, this is Cyndi Waller checking in. I'm down at Catholic University with the Wizards Foundation, who are putting on an amazing event. As you can see, I'm standing here with this young lady and the girls who lead. Can you introduce yourself?
My name is Connor Lucas. I'm attending Junior Wizards this year, and I'm psyched to be here for real.
So earlier you shared with us that you love being on camera and speaking publicly. So that is
Yes,
why
ma'am.
you are here with me. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I played basketball. I played basketball ever since I was like 4. And I really enjoyed the sport because it's like a coping mechanism, a stress reliever, and it's all around, it's just who I am for real. So I really enjoy doing it, and I'm really appreciative. Like, I'm really appreciated to be here for real.
So one of the words that you used when you had your one word was empowering.
Mm-hmm.
Talk a little bit more about that. What about the day made it so empowering for you?
Today, like yesterday, it was different. Today, it was more empowering because we was actually being active. We was getting up. We was like doing things with each other. We was bonding. Like, I bonded with people I barely even talked to yesterday. So I think it was a good experience.
Okay, well, fantastic. Well, thank you. I know you have to go to your next activity, but thank you so much for stopping with Bowie TV. We appreciate you.
Thank you. No problem.
Cyndi Waller checking in again from Catholic University here with Minority Women in Sports and the Wizards Foundation as they're putting on Junior Wizards, and part of that program is Girls Who Lead. We're here today, and I'm standing here with
Sanaya Watson.
Okay, Sanaya, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I attend Blake High School in Montgomery County. I am an upcoming sophomore. I play flag football for the team as a quarterback and receiver. I play basketball as a point guard. I got moved up from varsity the end of my freshman year, and I was a captain, and I really enjoy playing sports.
Okay, so you did all the things. You did quarterback, wide receiver,
Yeah.
point guard. You moved up to varsity at the end of your freshman year. You are definitely a girl who leads. Tell us what you've learned and what you take away from today.
Today I learned more about like leadership and communication and like working together as a team and not just like having your input, listening to others like my teammates. Like, and for example, when we did our the marshmallow stack thing, you have to work together as a team and communicate, or you won't really get anywhere. So try to put everyone's input into the thing that you're doing.
And in the last activity, what was your one word to describe today's session?
It was very empowering, and it like really like helps you set yourself. Like, it really shows like you thinking like about what you see yourself doing in the future. And it really helped me because I really never thought about what I wanted to do, but during that session, it actually had me take the time and think about what do I want to do? What do I see myself doing in 10 years?
Well, Cyndi, I thank you so much for taking the time with Bowie TV. We'll be making sure to catch up with you later. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Alrighty, Bowie television watchers, I'm checking in again. I'm still here at Catholic University. This time I'm standing here with Catrice Dixon. And Catrice, listen, everyone knows that watches Bowie TV that I'm very transparent. I was jacking up the name of the organization. I really was. So can you tell everybody your role in the organization with Monumental?
Absolutely. I am Senior Manager of Youth Sports Initiatives with Monumental Sports and Entertainment. Girls Who Lead is a program as part of Monumental Sport and Entertainment's District of Play initiative. Basically our commitment to DC, giving back through youth sports.
So it sounds like through the Junior Wizards camp, the young ladies have had a full just agenda of things.
Absolutely.
So what does the entire kind of week look like for them?
Yeah, so I'll actually start at the beginning, the application process. All these girls were selected for a reason. All of these girls deserve being here. They were handpicked, they applied. We also required recommendation letters from their mentors, coaches, teachers, whoever it may be. So all these girls really earned their spot. We hand selected them. This week is cohort 1. We have cohort 2 next week. Essentially Monday through Friday is a full day. They get here in the morning. We give them like little breakfast bites, and they start the day with our Junior Wizards coaches. So they're on court with our younger campers, mentoring, really taking in the experience on court. During lunchtime is when they come up for the leadership session. That's when we really pour into them, hope that they engage and stay present in that. We have a whole bunch of different organizations such as Minority Women in Sports that really just comes and gives these girls different perspectives of leadership, and we really want to give back through that and see them grow. This is for high school female student athletes, so it's really that age group that we want to pour into. It's really important for them to know their next steps, or at least have a kickstart in that.
So can you share a little bit, it sounds like a huge undertaking, right? And just planning this week and overall in what you do for Monumental. Can you share a bit more about your why? Why did you get into this line of work within the sports industry?
Absolutely. So I have my master's in sport management. I started doing community work at a community center in my hometown of Hagerstown, Maryland. After that, I kind of was just dipping my toe in the water, seeing what was available. My first job in the league was with the Utah Jazz in community relations position as manager. And then I came back just 2 years ago in this position that I'm in now, and it's just more of a community position, but through youth sports, which is really passionate to me. I played sports my entire life. I played D1 in college at Mount St. Mary's. So this side of sports really is my passion, and giving back to these girls and hoping that they not follow my footsteps, but build their own steps and, figure out their own journey is super, super important.
Thank you for all that you are doing. It is truly wonderful. These are the stories that we love to tell. Of course, we cover the games, we cover the athletes, but what you all in the organization are doing in the community means the world. So we absolutely want to make sure those stories get told. Thank you for taking the time with me today. I appreciate you, and keep doing an amazing job.
I will. Thank you so much.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Rose with the Spotlight DMV, and we are back with another episode of Behind the Event, where we introduce you to the people and stories behind some of the DMV's most exciting experiences. Today, we're celebrating an event that's already making waves before the doors even open. The inaugural Wineries Without Walls, sponsored by Maryland Wineries Association and organized by Narciso Wine Cellar, is officially sold out. Listen, don't hit me up for tickets. I don't have any. It's sold out. I've been sharing this event for months now. Do not hit me up. So joining me is someone who is no stranger to the Spotlight DMV. Cyndi Campbell, co-founder of Narciso Wine Cellar, has been a friend of the Spotlight DMV family for years. And it's been a joy watching her continue to grow, innovate, and champion the Maryland wine community. And not just Cyndi, but also her co-founder, Dahlia, as well. Cyndi, welcome back, and congratulations on what's already shaping up to be an incredible inaugural event. Yay!
Oh my gosh, what an intro. Thank you so much, Rose, for having us. And, it's been truly a joy for us to have you be a part of our journey as well. So we are excited to be here.
Yes, and so, I'm a Maryland girl, I'm a Prince George's County girl, and so I'm just excited that this event is taking place right here in our county. But for those who may be meeting you for the first time, even though you've been on here quite some time, they may not know your full story. So give us a refresher on Narciso Wine Cellar and what inspired you and Dahlia to start this journey.
Wow. So, Narciso Wine Cellar, again, is a boutique winery. Our owners are Dahlia and I. And so it is a boutique winery that produces 100% Maryland wines. In terms of our story, how much time do you have? Sure. So our family is originally from the Caribbean coast of Nicaragua, specifically Bluefields, and where there is a tradition of making fruit wines to share with family and friends during the holidays. That includes orange wines, cashew wines, etc. And so our dad used to make those wines to do exactly that, share with family and friends. So that was our first introduction to wines. And then fast forward to about maybe 10 years ago, Dahlia became an empty nester and wanted to continue that tradition of sharing with family and friends. Little does she know that, I had something else in mind. So I started asking her, I'm like, hey, family and friends are really enjoying this. This should be a business. And she had zero interest in doing that. But obviously, here we are today.
Here we are.
Able to convince her to do this. And so that's how we got started, by just wanting to expand, if you will, our family. Now it's not just, our dad and our mom and, our neighbors in Nicaragua, but it was now, let's make this a bigger table and invite more folks to come along and enjoy just some good tasting wine.
No, I absolutely love that. And for those of you who do not know Dahlia, I call her the mad scientist. Because she's always in the lab mixing up the different grapes and how to, the way that you guys do things.
And she definitely comes up with the profiles and try to figure out, what can we do that is, in a way, traditional in making the wines, but then non-traditional profiles.
Yes,
so definitely.
Yes, and then one of the faves and one of your original Midnight, that also has such a beautiful story that brings along Bluefields in a bottle and in what you're sharing in the profile and in what it's all about. So tell us a bit about Midnight. I love that one. I love the story.
Well, I hope I tell it right for Dahlia's sake. But Midnight is one that is kind of the nearest and dearest to our heart, because one, it is first kind of a nod to our dad in that he was making, would make fruit wines. And so when we started making wines, Midnight was like, okay, we want to have something that represents a bit of Bluefields and that tradition of, during May, during the month of fertility and the rainy season home, and just the whole backstory about how that plays into the culture of Bluefields. And so it's a month where we celebrate, again, fertility. Is also a month where we are talking about, harvest, the rainy season,
Yeah.
everything. And so one of the traditions is having maple, right? It's a celebration for the entire month of May. And so we also call it, Tulululu, right? Is a
Mm-hmm.
traditional dance that we do where it connects the neighborhoods, some of the older neighborhoods in Bluefields. One of the celebrations, which lasts seems like forever, all night, everyone is having fun partying, is forming like this community that gets together and goes from one neighborhood to the next by forming this, a tunnel or an arc, if you will, where people are dancing, and it happens, all the way past midnight, really. And so that sense of community
Yeah.
is what really inspired us to name this wine Midnight, right? If Daya was here, she'll say, well, you cut off the name, Cyndi, because it was supposed to be a longer name. It was supposed to mean Midnight at Tulululu. But I'm like, I don't know how all of that would fit on a bottle, but on the label. But Midnight really now embodies everything that we really try to share with our community here. That it
Yeah.
is about sharing that experience. It is about getting together. It is about working together, and then just being able to just sit back and relax. So Midnight is one of our faves, and it has proven to be the fave of many other people as well. And so we definitely will be pouring that this Sunday.
Oh man, I cannot wait. And as you talk about the story and everything that I know about you, one thing that I've always appreciated about Narciso is that you've never been focused on just your own winery. Even coming into it, you started it with a circle of friends and family, and now you are a champion for Maryland's, for Maryland wines, for the other local businesses that are out here. And so let's just go into how you came to partner with Maryland Wineries Association to even put this event on. And what I love, again, I love the name Wineries Without Walls. And that signifies something very special. But, if you're from the DMV area, DC also had School Without Walls,
Yes.
which was a place where people that think creatively
Yes.
would attend school there. And so, that signified the name. So
Mhm.
talk to us about the name and how it all came about.
Well, so the name, let's see. So this event really grew out of a simple question, like, so how do we create opportunities for producers who don't have the same visibility as wineries with a tasting room? How do we do that? As a winery without walls ourselves, our philosophy and our business model has always been that we would go and reach out to our consumers, and, if you will, bringing the wine, kind of the tasting room experience to you, right? So that's been our model, connecting always with our community. And so I said, well, why can't we do this on a larger scale? Why is it that now that the Maryland Wineries Association has members with similar model as ours as boutique wineries, you know, we don't have a vineyard for you to visit, and a tasting room, but it doesn't mean that we can't give you that experience. So the Wineries Without Walls is basically a first of its kind, experience created in partnership with the Maryland Wineries Association. We are part of the Maryland Wineries Association. And the purpose was really to shine a spotlight, if you will, on on Maryland's wineries and cideries and meaderies that don't have that traditional tasting room. So the name is a play on words. because it literally means the meaning of not having, right, a tasting room, but also a mindset, to tear down those barriers that kind of hinders us from like connecting with consumers, and just inviting everyone to have an open mind to learn about what these wineries have to offer. There may be something new, something innovative. So that is kind of the whole concept of the Wineries Without Walls, is to bring everyone together. Uh, but particularly also with that the collaboration that you mentioned, right?
Yes.
That this is also an event that is not just about the poor, it's also about creating opportunities. So we wanted to have to work together with other industries. So whether that is hospitality, but more importantly, focusing on making those connections with local restaurants, with the venue. So all of this was very intentional in making sure that we were keeping it within our community. And that way, we collaborate and we all work together, because I do believe that is how we are able to succeed.
Yes. Well, and there's so many themes running through what you just talked about. But of course, the overarching too that I'm hearing, and especially because I'm a part of a lot of different organizations, same as yourself. And, to really benefit from being a part of an
Hmm.
organization, a community, whatever it is that you're a part of, it requires you to be engaged.
Absolutely.
And it requires you to show up, to bring your ideas, to step up and say, hey, not only do I have an idea, but I want to make this happen. So who wants to come along for the ride?
Yeah, for
Yes.
sure. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I absolutely agree with that. You can join an organization, you can say you pay your dues, you do whatever, but if you're not active, if you don't contribute, then what are you really doing with that, right?
Yeah.
For us, being a part of the Maryland Wineries Association has really been a huge help in terms of being one, just gaining access to resources, right? But more importantly, two, being a part of a community where
Yes.
you can learn from each other. And then, as you mentioned, now that we're here, we have access to these resources, we're making these connections. Now, what can we do to contribute, right, to the industry? And so it is something that you have to be intentional about it. And this event was something that has been an idea that I had a while ago, but to me, it was just basically taking what we were already doing, specifically with Narciso, to then say, okay, let's just scale this up, and so that we can do this and bring other wineries to be a part of it as well.
Yes, exactly. And that is exactly how you've grown,
Yes.
Narciso, from the beginning, and not rushing to. And I think that's a piece of it too, because when we are experiencing so much success, sometimes you have to be very intentional about how do I see this growing and what can I really sustain? What can
Yes.
I really sustain? Like I just had a conversation about that, about being ready for the growth,
Yes.
and sometimes we have to be very honest with ourselves because it can look attractive to let's go and hit that gas. And sometimes you just have to step back and see where am I really trying to grow? And so what I really like is the collaboration piece,
Hmm.
and so let's segue into that and into some of the other folks you're bringing along for the ride. Well, first and foremost, I want to talk about the venue because
Yes.
it is a beautiful venue that is here in Prince George's County. It
Yes.
is new. So
Hmm.
Okay, welcome back to another episode of Yellow Couch Stories. I am one of your hosts, Brittany Nicole Montgomery, known as the Disruptor because I be disrupting stuff. And today on the Yellow Cow Stories, we are honored to welcome a visionary entrepreneur who is reshaping the beauty industry and rewriting pathways to economic empowerment for young women across the DMV. London Ward is the founder and CEO of Snob Nails Technology School and Salon, the first Black-owned nail technician school in the entire region. Known as the Harvard of Nail Tech Schools, Snob Nails maintains an extraordinary 100% state board pass rate. Yes, let's go ahead, yeah, and has become a launchpad for the next generation of creative entrepreneurs. London is not only elevating industry standards, she is opening doors. She kicking in doors and coming through floors is what I like to say. Through her partnership with the DC Department of Youth Rehabilitation Services, she provides free professional training for girls leaving the justice system. Let's give a round of applause for that. Yes, ensuring they return to their communities with a skill, a pathway, and a future. Her work embodies the mission of NAMBPWC, which is to promote and protect the interests of African American business and professional women by creating economic opportunity, building leadership, and cultivating excellence. Lauren's story is one of courage, creativity, and commitment to empowering women who follow behind her. London, welcome to the Yellow Cow Story.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Yes, I'm excited to have you here, and I'm excited to hear your story. I love this. So you opened the first Black-owned nail technician school in the entire DMV metropolitan area.
Yes.
Making history when you did such. Yes. And that is a groundbreaking milestone. So just tell us about that and tell me where you came up with the name Snob.
Okay. So, it's a journey, right? Here we are, year 8. So I actually came up with Snob Nails to pay homage to somebody, right?
Okay.
So there's this girl, her name is Ming Lee, and she owned a company called Snob Life, right?
Okay.
And so she's based out of Atlanta. And at the time, I was going through all of my struggles, my, birthing my daughter, hitting the pound, like going broke. It was just a mess, right? And so I had went on YouTube trying to figure out how to do my hair myself. And I seen her. And she was doing like a pronto weave, right? And I was like, this is so bomb. And this is like when Instagram was first coming.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Let me go see if she got an Instagram. So I went to Instagram. She had an Instagram. I said, okay. So I started following her. Everything about this girl. Marketing, beauty, strategy. I was like, yes. And she paid homage and named herself Ming Lee, right? After Kamora Lee Simmons. So when I went to go open my business, I said, I'm going to pay homage to her and I'm going to name my company Snob Nails. And that's what
I love that.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, so now we got the name. So what gap or injustice in the beauty industry pushed you to say, you know what, I need to build something different. I need to do something different.
Oh, for me, the crazy part is, it was all from hustle, entrepreneurship, and money-wise, right? My thing is, us as Black women, we sadly are the lowest of the totem pole when it comes to trying to really climb and achieve something economically. And to know that we know how to hustle the way that we know how to hustle, I was like, baby, we can do this, okay? So it came honestly from that standpoint, wanting to reach back into my community and not having them arguing with their child's father all the time saying I need this, not dancing at the club and, basically extorting themselves just to show body to make $1. Even men, some of the men that come to my class, they come and I'm teaching them a skill. Now they can give their child's mother extra money. They can go out here and get off of the street, and instead of selling drugs, you can actually put nails out into the street and do something, legit and proud of.
I love that you are being a role model and setting the tone, showing them that you don't have to rap, you don't have to sell drugs, you ain't got to play ball, you ain't got to catch a ball. You can build this life. You can buy the red bottoms.
Absolutely.
Without doing all of that.
Absolutely.
You can have your trade.
Absolutely.
And you can still get whatever it is that you want. So I love that for you. So the Yellow Couch honors Black women who face adversity but refuse to stop. What is a moment where you almost walked away and what pulled you back into saying, I can't do this. I can't quit.
Business or life.
You know what? They intertwine. So both.
Okay, let's do business, right? So for me, honestly, getting my school and like starting my school and opening it has been, well, I should say, was the hardest thing that I had to achieve, right?
Yeah.
Mainly because here I am, I'm a known nurse, I'm from this area, that is what I do, right?
Okay.
And I came through and disrupted the beauty industry.
Because I'm a disruptor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I came through and disrupted the beauty industry. Literally, everyone wondering, who is this girl? What is she doing? Where is she coming from? You know, they say you got haters. I don't acknowledge them. But it was, you know, me pounding the pavement because it was nothing for us, especially Black women out there, to do what it is that I'm doing, right? And so therefore, when I just opened up my salon and I started teaching, everybody like, wait a minute, who's she? What? I wasn't even licensed, okay? I was just like, look, I know how to do this. I'm going to show you how to do this, and I'm going to make some money doing this, and then you're going to make some money doing this, and we're going to make some money doing this, and we're going to be up, okay?
I like that.
And so from that standpoint, that is what almost made me walk away, because I was just like, this is so, I'm not used to negativity, right?
Okay.
And so I'm not used to having to deal with fighting the people and battling the comments and being called all this and all that. But I do know me, I'm going to walk in, I'm going to stand 10 toes down behind what I believe, and I'm going to make something happen, you know?
I love that.
And so from that standpoint, when the board actually reached out to me to open my school, I said, I'm doing something right. And so
I love that. So Snob Nails has 100% licensing exam pass rate.
Yes.
That, I mean, what systems or standards have you put in place to maintain that? Because I know you said it's 5 years straight, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how are we maintaining that?
Ooh, baby. So I would like to say that as the teacher, I'm still this bubbly, I'm still this fun, but I don't play about my curriculum, and I don't play about the education, right? You come to me, you spending your money, I expect you to be at my level or greater when you leave, right?
Oh, I love that.
I do not just let my students come when they want, show up what they want to do. No, I will close the gate. I will tell you to go home. I will tell you to retake a test. I don't play with them, right? And that comes from, if you really want this, you're going to achieve it. Me starting my business and opening my school, going through the hardest times in my life, I did it. So it's no excuse that you could give me outside of someone passing away that I will accept for you not to achieve something.
Oh, I love that accountability that you give to them. I think if more people had that sort of accountability in their life, they'd be amazing. So your mission is to produce young entrepreneurs, which I love that for you. From your perspective, what does true economic empowerment look like for Black women in the beauty industry?
Showing up unapologetically you, and literally having your bag. Like, you know, let me say this is my favorite part, and I don't even care, right? It's look at how I look, and I'm not knowing the money that I got, and then I'm in spaces that you would never think that I would be in. And people are like, well, how you get it? They waiting. Oh, you must be a lawyer. You must be a doctor. You must be something.
Oh,
right?
I love that.
And then here I am. Nah, I just do nails. I don't tell them that I own. I don't tell them that I have all this greatness behind. No, I just do nails. What? Nails got you? Yeah, nails got me here. You know?
Oh, but hold on. That goes back to our first point that you can get all this.
There you go.
And you ain't got to do, you don't have to strip, you don't have to rap, you don't have to throw a ball, you don't have to catch a ball. I can do all this and I do nails. Not knowing that you done got a whole school with 100% state bar passing rate. So now we all know this. Black women fuel the beauty economy as consumers, yet ownership and accreditation roles remain rare.
Mm-hmm.
What barriers did you encounter breaking into the education side of this industry? And you touched on this a little bit earlier.
Mm-hmm. So I would definitely say, like I said from before, and I'll piggyback on that, people wonder, who is this girl and where did she come from?
Yeah.
But the biggest barrier, honestly, is getting our girls themselves to believe in themselves. So many of my students come from broken homes, unfixed trauma, backgrounds where they could not even think that they could accomplish anything greater than just a high school diploma, you know? And so it's sad but rewarding because I get to meet them and grow them and mold them in just that short weeks, you know, the 12 weeks that they come. And I see a huge difference. When they first started school and it's, oh, maybe I could do this, or my mama not supporting me, or, you know, don't nobody really care, this is what I'm doing. So, yeah, I'm a nail tech. Yeah, I'm doing nail. Yes, my art is bomb. Yes, check me out.
I love
Look at
that.
what I'm doing. Their confidence is growing. They sitting up taller. They, Miss London, I'm starting my business, you know, and it's the growth that I'm able to put back into them that they're able to make me be like, you know what, Miss London, you really is doing something. You got this.
You got this. You're doing it. So NAMB PWC's mission is to promote and protect the interests of African American business and professional women. How does your work align with that and advance that mission for the next generation of beauty professionals?
Okay. I would honestly say we stand behind, or I should say I stand, because ain't no we, it's just me. You know, entrepreneurs, we all we
it's me.
But no, I stand behind, honestly, making my students be accountable. I stand behind knocking on them doors where they looking at us and they're like, oh, we can't. Yes, you can. I'll be back in 2 weeks. You said you got $5 for us. Okay, we'll make it 25. And when I come back, actually, I need 100 because I know that you guys got this money and I know that we're eligible for it and I know that we can do this. So please, you know, show up for us. Also with my students, teaching them how to leverage credit, how they can go after certain things, exposing them to the SBA, exposing them to certain markets and grants that are available for them in business, where they don't have to start a business in debt. They don't have to go out here and take all these loans. You can go get this grant money. Once you get this grant money, start your business, learn how to grow it, and never be broke again.
Made me think of NBA young boy. So I love that because too often people do go into debt to start a business. And the fact that you and you're teaching them something that's like holistic, that's cyclical. Like, I'm not just teaching you the skill, I'm teaching you how to start and build this business from the ground up.
Absolutely.
So that's key, especially since a lot of people don't know that, right? I mean, I know I need to go build this business credit. I can go get this grant. I can go do this and that to use other people's money to get to start this business. So kudos to you. So vocational education is a powerful path to financial freedom, which, you know, we getting them bags because I saw the YSL over there. What transformations have you personally witnessed in students whose lives have changed through licensing and training?
So I can honestly say I have graduated 1,238 students.
Ooh,
right? Out of those, 92% of my students actually own their own salon or salon suite. Yes. And the others are either working in my salon or either they're doing something sideways or they tried it, they didn't like it, and they want to go do something else, right? However, economically, what has that done? It has done wonders for our community. It has done wonders for them and what they need, but also just in general with vocational education, you have to think about it, right? You tell a person you're going to pick up a trade and not go to college, and all hell breaks loose, okay? Whereas it's not respected because it's not protected, okay? And a lot of us do the disservice of not protecting it because economically, as I would say, a beauty professional, we do not properly file our paperwork. We do not properly show up to say we're making this type of money, right? So when you look at the numbers economically, it does not look like it is a thriving career. It does not look like it's a promise of education. It does not look like it is somewhere that it can take you far, okay? But you look at the bank accounts, you look at the numbers, you look at the clients, you look at what you're actually doing on paper, okay? And you see, you charging $150, $200 a head. You're charging $75 to $85 per set. You're doing 7-8 clients a day. You're working 5 to 7 days a week. It's real money to be made.
It is. So why do you believe nail technology and cosmetology deserve to be seen as legitimate, respected, and protected wealth-building professions? Because, hey, I mean, I know how much it costs to get a full set these days. I know how much it costs to get a silk press. I know how much it costs to do all of that and then some. So just why do you believe that that industry deserves to be seen as legitimate, respected, protected, and wealth building?